The psychological impact of regrowing a part of your mind. Theme music fades out, and the conversational tone takes over. Regrowing a part of your mind. It's a concept that's both fascinating and unsettling. On one hand, it's the ultimate form of neuroplasticity, the human brain's ability to reorganize itself in response to new experiences. On the other hand, it raises questions about the very nature of identity and self. Neuroscientists have long known that the brain is capable of creating new neurons, a process known as neurogenesis. It happens primarily in a part of the brain called the hippocampus, an area closely associated with learning, memory, and emotional processing. Now, some cutting-edge research is looking into whether these newly generated neurons can literally reconnect into our existing networks. And here's the catch: some experts say they not only reestablish neural connections, they rewrite entire psychological processes, down to even physical ones such as trauma patterns, stress responses, and even symptoms of mental health disorders. Imagine being able to rewire your brain to feel less anxious, less depressed, or even better, to bounce back faster from stress. Sounds too good to be true. Yet, for some, this kind of mind re-engineering has become reality. One case study on neural plasticity involved a man who, in a sudden and dramatic accident, lost a significant portion of his brain. Instead of succumbing to multiple mental health disorders and neurocognitive impairments, the person was able to regrow the lost tissue to near normal capacity, essentially rebooting his brain's affected functions. Other scientists have discovered that growth factors found in exercise and learning promote the release of dopamine, which, in turn, seem to stimulate the process of neuronal regrowth. The results are promising: greater self-awareness, better emotional regulation, and some studies even indicate stronger, not weaker, will. Let's take a note of caution. Though the idea of mind regeneration has dark implications in terms of societal, scientific, and humanistic connotations, some researchers argue that a willingness to tamper with the mind offers new pathways for controlling human behavior, threatening the age-old notion of self-determination. Just consider for a second what that means. Is it possible to reshape the fundamental nature of our own minds? And if so, who or what decides what new concepts, patterns, or behaviors are introduced? In other words, can we engineer thoughts and desires? Perhaps better, but perhaps worse. Only time will answer these kinds of paradoxes in neurogeneration. For now, however, the new frontier of neurobiology sets us on a course that redefines what it means to be human, and leaves us with the central question: to mind the gap in our minds.